So I am 30 years old right now in a wheelchair, and that is extremely important for me to open this video with because as I've gotten older and also while being, paralyzed, making friends in my friend group gets like I feel like the only person I really hang out with now is my dog. It's because homie lives with me. And that's what I want to talk about is like basically the truth is like being an adult, the older you get, what it's like to actually make friends nowadays. Because depending on like if you're younger watching this, 18 to like their mid 20s, you might have like if you're in your party phase right now, you might have a lot of people that you call friends that you might hang out with or party with, but you're going to notice as you get older that circle is going to become less and less. And I would actually argue that that's actually a pretty good thing, depending on how your life is. Like my life is right now, I've designed my life to be the way that it is. I work for myself. I've got 2 coaching channels. I live in a house. I've got my dog. People ask me all the time how I'm always so happy as a kid in a wheelchair. And that's just because I don't have anybody in my life that's gonna like drag me down. But if you're somebody right now that does struggle to make friends, well, I'm going to talk about, like my experience of what it's like making friends as a 30-year-old guy in a wheelchair. Now, me being in a wheelchair might not relate to you specifically. However, I would argue that this entire city knows me. I mean, first of all, I'm not hard to miss. I'm the only tattooed dude in a wheelchair that goes to the city. But I mean, I talk to people anywhere I go. I can make a lot of acquaintances. I can talk to a lot of strangers. I can network very well, but I am very selective with who I have as friends. And that's what I want you guys to understand as you get older, especially if you want to make more friends right now. Maybe I'll teach you kind of how I do it in this video as well. So before I just talk about like, my experiences from when I was younger to like now, and then how I go and do this, because that's what's going to benefit you most in this video is learning how to actually talk to someone new so you can make more friends. And then I'll give you some other ways. Let's start back. Like, let's go back in time right now. Okay. So like when I was like in high school, I played varsity baseball in high school. And then in high school, because we all go to school, we see the same people every single day for like 4 years. And before you graduate, well, I mean, back then when we're kids, we're kind of like in that phase of life where all we want to do is just, we have so much energy, we want to party, we don't really have all these responsibilities. So when you see the same people every day and you start participating in sporting events, so that's very important. Notice how I was part of a community. I was on the high school baseball team, JV and varsity. So I am part of a community where I've got status in high school because I made it to varsity, but that's not where I'm going with that. That's not really that impressive. I know guys right now, Miles Straw, that played at the opposite high school that's now a professional baseball player. Okay. That's impressive. However, that being in a community keep that in mind, because that is how you're going to make friends moving forward. Now, in high school, because I was part of a community, but I also saw the same people. I kind of like hung out in a group outside of the sports team. And then the sports team, like the guys in the team, we would all like either hang out or we would still have our separate groups. But as I graduated high school and people went off to college, the people in my area that I still knew from high school, when I was going through that party phase, because everybody does, and like unless you're married, like that's why the older people, if you have people that are older in their older 30s that maybe are divorced, like they were married young, got divorced, now they're single, they'll go through that party phase because you just cannot skip that phase of life. 7 years ago, when I was still able-bodied, because I'm in a wheelchair, I used to bartend and party all the time. And 7 years ago. And the group of people that group, I didn't hang out with that group in high school. I knew them, but I met them after. But I had 2 groups of people that we would just go out and party all the time. And now that I'm 30, those 2 groups, 2 of those people that I'm thinking of, I talk to every once in a while. Like if I need something, if I need help, or if, you know, I don't really like, they have their own group. So that's why I said I kind of just hang up on myself. But like, if I need help, there's still friends. I can still ask them to help me, or I can still get something from them. Or I know that sounds very transactional, but that's, you know, if I see them at the gym or whatnot, then we'll talk and we'll act like we just saw each other yesterday. That to me is like true friendship. Because in my life, anyways, I mean, I'm a single guy. I live in a house by myself. I have 2 coaching businesses. I'm busy. I've got shit to do. I'm trying to get richer. I'm trying to be able to provide for my future wife and my kids. You know, I've got stuff. So my mentality is like, if it's a dude, like, you should have guy friends if you're a guy. But, you know, I don't go out of my way to talk to them. If I see them out in public, then I'll talk to them. Or if I text them or send them a meme or whatever, we can talk that way. But I'm not hanging out with them as often as I was back when I was younger. Also, too, because the guy that I'm talking about, he's married. So he's got a family. He's got a wife and kid. So it's like he's busy anyways. So that's what it's like. Is you're going to notice is your group over time, it's going to get smaller. It's going to, like, when you're in high school, you got a lot. When you go to college, if you're in a fraternity or sorority, or you have that college life, I never went there. So I never had that experience, but you're partying all the time. Or maybe if you're in med school, maybe not, but because you're still surrounded by people often. So you always have people you can talk to, or you always have something to go, or you always have somewhere to go, like a bar or a house or whatever. Now, when you get older and you're working full time, well, you might go to the gym and then come home, and then maybe the grocery store. So now when you go to the gym, that's where I meet 99% of the people that I talk to or ask out, is at the gym. You'll have a lot of people that say you shouldn't talk to people at the gym. I disagree. The gym is a social environment. You should go there with the intention of working out. But if you happen to get into a conversation with somebody, you see a cute girl that you want to talk to, go and say something to her, man. She might want to talk to you. She might not. You don't know. You just don't know. But now, as an adult, let's talk about now, let's transition, because that was my experience. I told you from high school to college years to now as an adult, how that shit just goes down. So how do I meet friends? Like, I've got a date tomorrow. That's the girl that's texting me. Okay, I've got a date tomorrow. I've got people that I can, like, if I wanted to hang out with some of these guys, I could just text him if I wanted to hang out with him and his wife, a different guy than who I'm talking about. I can message people on Instagram if I wanted to. Like, if I wanted to hang out with people, I could. But what would I do right now, even as a guy in a wheelchair, if I wanted to make new friends? The absolute easy, actually, in fact, what I do tomorrow. So every Sunday, I take my dog to the farmer's market next to my house, and I go there purposely just to say hi to people and roll around and walk the dog. And I invited this girl. I was like, hey, if you want to come, you can join me. So I'm bringing her along to what I want to do anyways. Okay. But that's important, because I am going and doing something that I enjoy doing, which means that because I enjoy doing this, I naturally am going to be in a better mood, I look forward to going to the farmer's market. I love it. There's people everywhere. I just, hey, excuse me. Hey, good morning. Hey, ladies, you guys look great. Hey, guys, good morning. Hey, cute dog, man. Oh, I'm jealous you're wheeling that dog around. I wish he would wheel me. Oh, hey, guys, good morning. Hey, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Have a good day. I just start saying shit to people. Half the time I don't get in a conversation with them. And that's not the point. The point is just to condition myself to start saying hi to strangers or complimenting girls. That's all I'm doing. I want to give a good feeling, and I go to this place to do it. And because I like going to the farmer's market, I'm naturally going to be in a good mood. I have interacted, and I've talked to people there, and I've gotten numbers from girls at that farmer's market. So I do talk to people occasionally. So if you want to make friends, the very first thing you have to do, if you're somebody right now that just stays home and stares at a fucking wall or reads books or plays video, you don't leave your house or apartment or whatever, you have to find something that you can go and do with other people that you enjoy doing. Now, if we look at this from a video game perspective, the farmer's market, while there's other people there, it's more of a single player experience because I'm going by myself. But if you were to play, let's say, pickleball, if you were to join a run club, if you were to join a recreational softball league, stuff like that, you're going to be forced to be on a team with people. And when you're on a team with, remember baseball earlier in high school, I said that was important. When you're on a team of people, you're going to be forced to communicate with them. And then you're going to naturally start talking to people. And here's what's cool about this. You both, like if you play pickleball, for example, and it's 2v2, you're talking to your partner, you both like pickleball. You guys already have something in common. Do you ever heard that thing, opposites attract? I think that is such bullshit. I think like attracts like. Because if you guys have something you can do together, pickleball, well, you're more likely to do it together. If you guys, like if you, let's say you're talking to your partner at pickleball and you're just asking about, you're trying to get to know them, and find out that maybe this person used to powerlift. I used to powerlift. No way, dude. I used to powerlift too. What was that like for you? See how now you guys have something else in common. And then from there, if you guys start talking and you want to make a friend, hey man, hey girl. No, if you're a guy asking a girl, be careful with this, because if you ask a girl out, typically that means that she knows you're trying to get her on a date. But if you want to make friends in this case, just say, hey man, you are a really cool person. Look, I'm trying to make more friends. That's important. Set the stage. I'm trying to make more friends. Would you want to hang out sometime outside of this? You seem cool. You just say that word for, hey man, hey, it was super nice talking to you. Look, I'm actually trying to make more friends. Would you be interested in hanging out outside of pickleball? Yeah, bro, absolutely. All right, cool, man. Or yeah, oh my God, yeah, oh, cool, girl. Well, hey, let me get your phone number and I'll text you sometime if we can work something out. Great. If not, I'll see you here next time when I see you. That's it. And then most of the time, what's gonna happen? Most of the time, okay, from my experience, that person is just going to be an acquaintance, meaning I will only see them when I see them. I'll talk to them like at the gym when I see them. That's from my experience. Now, where I am going to point out is I do not actively go out of my way to try to maintain these relationships. So if you want to make friends, you are going to have to, I think women have a much better time with this. You're going to have to maintain those relationships. Women naturally have bigger social circles because it's female nature to nurture relationships. Men, we kind of tend to stick by ourselves. But I'm telling you that if you want to make more friends, you're going to have to ask, and then you are going to have to be the one to invite that person out. That's just, you have to. And I'm telling you right now, just in full transparency, I know I need to do it. I just choose not to. Again, because I'm very selective with who I allow in my life. But if you do meet somebody, I have people right now that if I wanted to hang out with, I could. If I wanted to go out to dinner or something with like their wife or their husband or their kid, I can ask them if I wanted to. And I would have a great time. I would have an amazing time. Like I said, I just, right now I'm not, because I don't want to. But that's what it's like making friends as an adult. It gets harder because we stop doing things involving other people. That's why I go to the farmer's market. When I go to the gym, yes, this is all single player experiences. Farmer's market, I'm by myself. The gym, I'm by myself. Now tomorrow, I've got a girl with me. So that's fine. But in most cases, it's just by myself. But if because I'm in a wheelchair, if I were to join like a wheelchair league or whatever, there's going to be other people in wheelchairs, and we're all going to get, when I see somebody else in a wheelchair, it's the craziest thing, dude. Like we immediately just fucking click. That's what you have to do. I just choose not to. So as you get older, your group of friends are going to it's going to go down. And if you want to keep that healthy, you have to do something that you like. And then when you do something that you like, you have to meet other people, and you got to ask them to hang out, guys. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, man, if you're someone right now that thinks they're shy or introverted and you want to make more friends or just have better relationships in general with people, I can help you, and we can work together in a private, calm, and relaxed session together. We can work through what you think is stopping you, and that way by the end of our time together, Alex promised, you will know what to do to fix that. That is my goal. That's why I offer that. Just click the link, go check it out. And then, hey, if you want to continue improving your social skills for free, check this video out right here, man, or wherever on the screen they are. And I'll see you guys in the next one.